Hey, Brad Staggs here in the Tool School Workshop. Today we're going to look at the PC1279, the pancake compressor and 3-tool combo kit from Senco. I'll tell you what I think after we see what Senco says. All right, let's start with a look at the heart of the whole kit. That would be the compressor. This is a 1.5 horsepower, 6-gallon compressor, 150 maximum PSI. It actually has a lot of features that I like. They're thoughtful touches that, you know, sometimes companies just forget about altogether. Starting with the switch, it has a protective dust cover over it so it doesn't get all clogged up with sawdust or drywall dust or anything else, so that's a nice touch. Also, the cord wrap on the side is convenient. That's handy. The dual outlets for obvious reasons, 2 people working at the same time, or if you're working with 2 different nailers, you don't have to stop, disconnect, etc. A couple of other things. There's a side pocket, a plastic pocket on the side of the compressor. I don't know, I guess you could carry one of the nailers in it. You could carry your wallet. You could carry some spare nails. You could probably put a mouse in there if you wanted to, but there is a pocket on the side of this compressor. The drain valve on this compressor is easy to get to. It's easy to open with your hand. You don't need a tool, and so it's easy to drain the moisture out of the tank. That, I hand high marks to go to Senco for that one, because that's just a great idea, and so often tool companies forget about that. So let's take a look at the noise rating on this. At an average of 89 decibels at about 10 feet away from the compressor. That's pretty average. That's about what my other compressors run. That's somewhere between an automobile and a motorcycle at 25 or 30 feet. So it's not horrible. It's pretty average. So let's move on to the first tool. This would be the Finish Pro 18. It's the 18 gauge finish nailer, and let's go over the features of this one. Starting down here with the magazine, it has an indicator to indicate when you are out of nails. That's always handy. The magazine itself, there's a push button right here, and it slides out very easily. It's also a covered magazine, so it keeps the dust and dirt out of the magazine itself. Loads very smoothly. I like that. And moving up the tool to the belt hook, my only concern with the belt hook, it does not pivot. It's a plastic belt hook, and if you ever drop something on this in the back of your truck or something, it could snap off, but there is a bolt on the other side. You can replace it if you so desire. You may just want to take it off and throw it away. I don't know if you use a belt hook or not. The firing mechanism, this is the only issue that I had with this this nailer, is that when I first took it out of the box, I depressed the foot. I had it connected, of course, and it didn't want to fire on me. After 2 or 3 attempts, it fired, and it has not misfired once since that time, so I don't know. Could have been operator error. That's just my experience. Thought I'd pass it on. It has a rear exhaust on this, and it's a relatively light nailer. Probably the best feature is the toolless depth of drive wheel right there, and that's really handy because you don't want to be messing with tools, obviously, when you have to adjust the depth of drive. So a very nice nailer and a very smooth firing nailer as well. It's the 18 gauge. Moving on to the next one. Looks eerily similar, doesn't it? This is the 18 gauge finish stapler. Again, the same magazine situation. Slides open and close very easily. This one, of course, loads from the bottom. Drop the staples in, close the magazine, and you're good to go. Same belt hook, same depth of drive feature, and a nice, actually a little bit lighter tool than the 18 gauge nailer. So I like this one as well. It's very handy, obviously, to have in the kit if you use staples, and you know, it's got the Senco quality. Let's move on to the final nailer. The 15 gauge angled finish nailer in the kit is obviously a little bit larger tool than the others. It has a forward facing exhaust. It also has the depth of drive wheel. It's in a different spot, but it's right down here. Again, still easy to get to. As far as loading the fasteners, it's a rear load with a slide. You slide them in there, obviously, and pull that back, and there we go. We're locked and loaded. The only criticism I have of any of these really is the grip. There's just a rubber sleeve over the top of the grip itself. This one got torn. It got nicked on something, but again, it does not affect the functionality of it at all. And you know, piece of electrical tape, or if you want to put a padded grip on there, that's fine, but just wanted to call that to your attention. It's a great tool, and I've used it on a couple of occasions, and it works just fine. This may sound a little goofy, but I think my favorite part of this whole setup is the bag. that someone put in a lot of thought on this bag. Someone who likes bags came up with this because it has pockets on the inside specifically designed to hold all of the packages of nails. It has a strap inside to hold the hose in position, and it has room for all 3 tools, and it also has a shoulder strap, which, hey, need I say more? You're carrying a bunch of crap around and you've got to, you don't have but 2 hands. It's nice to be able to throw this bag on your shoulder with 3 nailers, the hose, all your fasteners. You got the compressor in the other hand, leaves you with 1 hand free. So a lot of thought went into that. I like this kit altogether. I think it's a great value at $320-ish. And if you are a trim carpenter or if you do any sort of finish work, it sure is nice to A, have all the tools in one place, B, have the dual outlets on the compressor, and C, have a lot of thoughtful features on each of these tools that make your job a little bit easier.